And then I'm also going to explain to you that buildings are invisible and that this is actually the problem we should all be working on. So, my argument to you is that buildings are invisible. They're still invisible. What does this mean? It means that though we care deeply about the fair tradeness of our coffee and how what happens to the people who make our electronics and how organic our produce is, we legitimately do not care very much as a population what our buildings do to us. And this is a major problem because, as we know, buildings have a major impact on everything that we do. But this doesn't have to be the case, is my point. The movement has, we've had movements in other more consumer products. We have fair trade clothing now. There's organic produce, there is non-GMO produce, there is all kinds of craziness produce. I don't even know what they don't want in their produce anymore. But the point being that what happens here? We have consumers who get mad about something, usually people who look a lot like me and organize Facebook groups where they're mad about things. Then there's media coverage, and then there's government action. These things have happened, they've happened before, but it doesn't happen in buildings. And I'm going to tell you an example of how this happened to me. This is my daughter. She's the second kid born in October because I'm a fertility genius. And always been a sicklier kid than her older sister, had a problem getting over colds. This was our life for about a year. A lot of horrible steroid breathing treatments, the little thing, coughed herself to sleep every single night for about 9 months. And it was only when she was officially diagnosed with asthma where I said, I live real close to the 10. And I got an air filter and the problem was gone in 2 days because I'm a bad parent and I didn't realize that the air quality in my house was a problem. Why is this? Am I a bad person? I am a bad person and I'm dumber than all of you. But the point is, it's also psychology. It's my dumb brain and your dumb brains too. We're not good at dealing with things that we consume passively, like our buildings. And we're also not good at problems where there's too many things to think about. Like if I'm trying to order windows for my commercial project, do I need to care about the solar heat gain or maybe the amount of daylight that comes in? Or did the guy who made it have health insurance? I don't know. But we know that this is a major problem, right? We know that buildings contribute a horrible amount to our CO2 emissions, and that doesn't even talk about what happens down the supply chain. We know that there's a major impact on human health, and yet we literally don't care enough. Who cared a lot when they came here about the calories in the food versus what happened to, I'm sure Hopple does a great job, but of the air quality, and what's that doing to our productivity and our ability to network effectively with each other. And so I want to just leave you with a sense of what success looks like. It looks like this lady, after she's done buying her local organic produce from her farmer's market, going home and writing a blog post about energy wasted that she sees in her office building or air quality in her apartment. And then media picks that up and then government legislation happens. I would argue to you that we need to stop talking to each other, that the green building movement still hasn't gone mainstream to the most part, and that this is a problem. This is what's going to keep us from actually achieving our goals. And so until we can all get ourselves to care a little bit more about our buildings and a little maybe less about our coffee beans, don't say that. Coffee is important. But equally, I just want equally to the coffee beans. I think that's going to be the important thing, and I know that the people in this room who are smarter than me and better parents are going to figure out how to make that possible. And with that, I will turn it over.